Story of the week this week coming up. Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. We got some ridging coming that's going to make the weather seem kind of nice for a day or two, or at least a little bit warmer. Then we're going to watch one low form up and move kind of well in the Northwest Territories. But what it's going to do as it does is start bringing the temperature down more and more behind it. And then a secondary low is going to form up probably around maybe the Peace, maybe the BC, Alberta border somewhere, maybe Alberta side later in the week. That'll temporarily bump temperatures back up again, make us think like, it's nice, it's warm, it's above seasonal, but that gets shut because the low moves counterclockwise, and when the backside of it drags the cold weather down, the shit comes down, and the snow comes down, and the crap comes down in behind it. So we may have a bit of a crappy weekend coming, depending where you live, especially if you're in the prairies. Yeah, especially if you're in the prairies, it's gonna be crappy. But when isn't it? Right? So enjoy this extreme rainfall event you're gonna have coming up. Okay, well, let's have a look at everything. Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. Please become a channel member. Hit like, share, subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I need support trying to build something here. Still trying. Yeah, let's go.
There it is.
This is bad news.
My God.
All right. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll watch the video later. We will start tonight in Manitoba. There's some special weather statements still going on in Ontario from this system that's moved on through. A strong Colorado low brought heavy rainfall and high winds to southern Manitoba Saturday night and Sunday. There was some minor flooding in Winnipeg and some low-lying streets. Embedded thunderstorms, some severe, led to heavier amounts over extreme southeastern Manitoba. One severe thunderstorm produced a report of ping-pong-sized hail at Sprague Saturday evening. Some of the precipitation totals: Sprague had 61.6 mils, Sprague Lake at 60.3, and then we see some lower totals at Holland, St. Claude, Windy Gates, Killarney, Baldur, Morden, Cartwright, all in the 40s, and then on down. Some heavy rainfall totals, a lot of heavy rainfall totals there. Warm temperatures still in New Brunswick, up into the 20s. It's breaking some daily records in Newfoundland as well, into the high teens at Port aux Basques. Ontario seeing 26, 29.9 in Atikokan, and that's crazy. Dryden 27.8, and of course they had this system now going through there, dumping a lot of rain, making some thunderstorms. That's been going on today, and you see the heat here being something that really helped that. Even over to Sudbury, 27.5, Marathon 22.7. Those are some pretty far northern places breaking some pretty high records. It's October, my friends. Sault Ste. Marie shouldn't be 28 degrees when we're clearly in October. Something is broken. Well, we might see temperatures come down a little this week and into the weekend, but they're still forecasting for the next month of October to be probability of above average temperatures in western BC, much above. So we're talking 70, 80 percentile chance that we will see, or maybe even a little higher, temperatures above what we would expect to see in October. So that is something we're looking at going forward this month, that even if we have a downturn in temperatures, the long-term prognosis, because of the heat blob in the Pacific Ocean's warmer than ever it should be, and that's gonna alter our weather on the West Coast coming into the winter in ways that I don't fully understand. Although we start the week kind of with a bit of ridging there, it's not as far north, that ridging, as we would have hoped to see. So I don't think we'll have quite as nice of a warm spell resulting from this. We're really going to have Monday for sure be kind of a nice day, a little bit above average in temperatures, and the door is going to get closed pretty quick. So you see that ridging started again here, the ridging. Look where it goes. You can see some of the isobars reach up towards the Peace, but there's crappy weather in the middle of that, right? This is the 500 millibar analysis. So we're looking at the jet stream largely, and what we're looking at in the colors is wind speeds. How fast are the winds going up there? And it's the jet stream that transports our bad weather, more or less, right? So when you have those winds facing into our province, generally you can expect that means crappy. So a new big low right there forming on off, then that might budge temperatures up temporarily beforehand. But let's wait. Let's look at this. I got something else to show you. Overnight, Sunday night, can see some rainfall coming up against the coast, making a little bit of flurries in the high mountains of the Rockies. A little bit of flurries in northern Saskatchewan, bit of rainfall through the Rockies, through the North Rockies, bit of rainfall maybe here in Wells, maybe a little bit in the Prince George region. And you can see a little bit of ridging coming here. Get a little bit of ridging, but look at this crappy weather just slamming into the Alaska Panhandle. So waking up on Monday morning, you're going to see a line of weather come screaming through Haida Gwaii, making its way as we get later in the day on Monday into the Terrace area. Temperatures fairly nice in Vernon at 16 in the afternoon. You can see that system still in Manitoba making a fair bit of rain in behind what just departed from there. Now that rainfall coming into the evening on Monday up against the coast, up to Rupert Terrace. You're getting some rainfall at that time. Watson Lake up north, maybe a little bit. And then in the high mountains along the Alaska, Yukon, BC border, some more significant snowfall up in the high peaks there. A lot, not obviously in that much. So here, we're still waiting to see how temperatures are going to come down this week. This is kind of a slow animation, so let's speed this up a little bit for you now. Tuesday afternoon, some scattered flurries, maybe convective squalls in northern BC, a bit of rainfall moving through the Caribou. Looking forward to that, more of that. Yeah, that seems to be the thing we've been getting a lot. A little bit of snowfall maybe in some of the taller mountains. Most likely, sounds reasonable. The temperature has only been like 5 degrees a lot today. Now you can see a low kind of starting to form here in Alberta. An Alberta clipper starting to form in behind. And this is going to be kind of the weather story this week now as this thing tries to make itself into a system somehow. It's going to take a couple runs at getting organized before it really can. Bit of snowfall moving still through the high mountains in BC, but nothing significant, nothing major. Temperature still in for Vernon, southern BC, not bad, but as you get north, double digits may be asking for a lot in a lot of places. Maybe in Prince George or Quesnel, the lower places, you might get to 10 or 12 or something like that degrees Celsius. Overnight Thursday, high pressure sitting nice over top of us. That keeps us dry probably for a day, 2 or 3, but here's our new low that we saw forming up there. I don't know if you guys even noticed that there was a hurricane off the U.S. coast there, but here we are Friday morning. That low is now situated nicely. First low has already moved through up in the north. How did that happen? See, that was crazy, eh? So on Wednesday, you can see how it's trying. Thursday, now you can see it's organizing far in the north, getting set. But that's starting to usher colder temperatures down. That's the thing that this is doing, right? We can even look at the temperature index here, and you can see how on the backside of this, it's going to start ushering temperatures downward more and more in behind. Here's another low doing similar things. Nice temperatures in very, very southern part of BC. Not too bad along the west coast, but here in the mountains, I'm looking more and more crappy. So that first low goes on through. Here's the second one starting to form on the Alberta-BC border. That's going to really usher the temperature down this week. It's going to usher the temperature down, bring snow in the north, in the Northwest Territories, in the Yukon. That'll bring warmer temperatures in front of it over to Manitoba and whatnot, places like that. And Saturday begins our first good snowfalls in some of parts of British Columbia that are kind of uninhabited and far north, but Fort Nelson looking at maybe taking a little, for example. Heavy rainfall through the Caribou through this weekend. And the backside of the slow, how far can it bring this weather down? How far down can this snow go? How far down can the cold temperatures go this weekend? That will remain to be seen, but that's kind of our big forecast story up ahead. Look at the rainfall in the back of this. Going to be some really crazy rain totals in Alberta if this manifests like the ECMWF model says here, and BC looking to see snow in the big mountains for sure, in the Rocky Mountains as well. And then as you can see here, Saskatchewan really the next in line, taking a lot of nasty weather this weekend. So I hope that's kind of an overview that'll help you. Become a channel member if you want to support me. I really need the support. I'm a mess. I'm an idiot and a mess. Okay, hit like, share, subscribe. We'll see you later. Bye.